Everybody hear me? I don't want to disappoint you, but there's three things that I'm not going to do. I'm not going to curse. I'm not going to scream. And I will not deny my Lord and Savior. If we can all deal with it, we can have a heck of a good time. Thank you. So, what is this liberty thing you people are all talking about? How do we define this liberty thing? Anybody have a concrete definition of what liberty is? I know a famous guy who's really old, about 268 years old today. His name is John Adams. Adams had an idea of what liberty was, and I'd like to tell you what it was. Adams said this, very important. Freedom is not the right to do as you please, but the liberty to do as you ought. Yeah, what does that word ought mean? What ought we do? What should we ought to do? What should we do? What ought we do? Should we steal from our neighbors? Should we rape our neighbors' wives? That was a delayed response from some people. Should we download pictures of our neighbors' children? Should we be faithful to our neighbors? You have a neighbor, man? You have lots of neighbors, I know. Sorry, you have a neighbor, don't you? How many of you people know the names of your neighbors? Just curious. That's good. Show of hands. Fantastic. Why do the rest of you live underneath rocks? Just wondering. Why is it important to know your neighbors? Thank you. Some gentlemen say community, give that man a silver round from the Silver Circle people. I'm giving Pasha's stuff away. Community. Why do we need communities? Why do we need communities? We need communities because we have to have these things called institutions. And I'm not talking about where your crazy Aunt Ethel is locked up. An institution is not Bellevue. An institution is the Knights of Columbus Hall. An institution is the Kiwanis Club, the Rotary Club, the Lions Club. Anybody fans of the Big Lebowski in here? The dude abides. The dude abides. What's their institution? Oh, now. I'm out of my element. Well, actually, I am out of my element. Because I'm the lone, conservative, right-wing, Christian, lunatic in the crowd. What a wonderful distinction. So, instead of doing what people normally do when they go to these events, which is what you guys have been doing all night long, hollering, screaming, whooping it up. I don't see Ted Nugent here. Maybe, if we treated these events a little differently, we might actually get something done. Yeah, thank you. I want to talk to you about three things. First of all, I want you to turn to the person to your left, say hello, and congratulations, good job, and then give yourself a round of approval, and I'll tell you why. Come on, clap, approve, say hello. Why? Because one of the things that I see with this particular wonderful, beautiful movement is you guys refuse to take credit. Why do we have such a problem with admitting success? Are we so desperate to always be in the outhouse and the cellar and complaining and whining about the media not paying attention? The media is scared to death of this guy here. Scared to death of this gentleman. Why? Because you refuse to go along. What won't you go along with? Their money, their war, oh yeah, it's a big one, right? You won't go along with their government, their TSA, you won't go along with anything that they do. Well, bring yourself back to 2008. How many Republicans on the debate stage in 2008 said one solitary thing against the Afghanistan invasion or the Iraq war, save for Ron Paul? How many? No Animal House fans here? Fat, drunk, and stupid is no way to go through life, son. None! So who made that happen?
I don't think those people did. I know that.
You made it, dude. This is fine. You did. Question number 2. In 2008, in the Republican debate, besides Ron Paul, how many conversations were engaged about the Federal Reserve? Point. Well, who got him talking about the Federal Reserve? You did! Third thing, in 2008, in the Republican debate, how many candidates other than Ron Paul ever even mentioned the word liberty? 0! Why is that? Because they don't know what it is. Who is now talking about liberty all over the place? And why are they talking about liberty? Because of who? Thank you very much. That's right. No. Point number 1. Pat yourselves on the back. Be happy with what you accomplished. Stop thinking about it. Don't worry about the media. Trust me, I work with these people. You don't want their approval. You don't need these people's approval. You're better off without it. Believe me. So stop this. Second thing. Wait, I gotta get to my notes. Hang on. Republicanism. That goes back to that whole Big Lebowski bowling alley thing. How many of you knew that at the time of the American founding, or at the time, well, we actually had America before there were founders. Most people don't know this. We're actually pretty good at governing ourselves. At the time of the American founding, the men that we call founding fathers set out to preserve something, to conserve something. They set out to have a little thing called a revolution. But here's the interesting point for your liberty-minded people here. God bless all of you. Their revolution wasn't this way. They weren't saying, tear the whole building down and start all over again. Their revolution was backwards. Backwards. Stay with me, backwards. Mike, why does that matter? I'll tell you why it matters. They were defending something that they had lost. Every man, woman, child, and someone in between in this room has lost something. You know what you've lost? You have lost your Constitution. You lost the one in 1788 that was ratified, and the one that the founders were defending, their revolution to get back to, the English gave to us in 1688. That's how far back this goes. So they were trying to conserve something by counter-revolution. You can't emphasize this enough. Always grasping to tear the building down is only going to produce more uncertainty, certainly more misery. You will never accomplish what it is that you want, which is to get this monster off your back, as long as all you seek to do is to tear it down. You have to fix it. Third thing, size matters. Right, ladies? Size matters, right? How many people live in New York City? Yeah! 8, 9 million? Is it 9 million? 9 million? You're bigger than most countries on earth. Why do you need a federal government to run you? Why aren't there 5 Wait a minute. It's better. Hold on. Why? You have 5 boroughs here, right? 5, is that right? Does Long Island count as a borough, sir? Okay, let's go with 5. We'll throw in Long Island. We have some Long Island people here. Why aren't I standing here in the Manhattan Republic? This could be the Manhattan Republic. Why? Because people think big. You gotta have big. It's gotta be big. Why does it have to be big? I don't know. It's like that woman told a reporter in Michigan when she was standing in line to get her Obama money. What are you doing here? I'm here to get some money. What kind of money? Obama money. Where did Obama get it from? I don't know, his stash. I don't know, but he giving it up. Somebody told her to show up. So we all think we're bred from birth. Think big. America, big. Why don't they small? Anybody ever hear of a little town called Athens? Not the place where the B-52s came from. Athens, Greece. How many souls inhabited Athens, Greece? 165,000 is here as we can count. Yet, those 165,000 people gave us art, gave us culture, gave us theater, gave us philosophy, gave us 3 branches of government: executive, legislative, judicial. That came from the Athenians, 165,000 people strong. Let me give you one more. How many of you ever heard a guy named Michelangelo, Leonardo da Vinci, Donatello, Galileo? Where did they all come from? The Republic of Florence. Population, take a guess. What? 165,000 people. Wow, with 165,000 cool cats, you can do some pretty great stuff, can't you? So, Sheriff Matt talked about going county by county. He's right. County by county, counties and republics. If you choose to make common cause with the next borough, you may do so. But you are under no compulsion to do so. Now, I've been asked to cut this short, but I want you to think about this. I'm going to leave you with some words from a famous man. His name was Ludwig von Mises. Anybody ever heard of him? You still want me to leave? I heard somebody cheering and I said I got to cut this short. I ain't cut the Mises if you want. No one can find a safe way out for himself when society is sweeping towards destruction. Therefore, everyone, in his own interest, must thrust himself vigorously into the intellectual battle. Screaming and hollering, ladies and gentlemen, is not an intellectual battle. Good entertainment on the WWF and the Octagon. We're trying to win a country back so we can be at peace and stop bombing brown people. Intellect. Back to Mises, back to Mises. None can stand aside with unconcern. You're here because you're concerned. The interests of everyone hang on the result. What does that mean? Not just, this isn't for the benefit of just us. Many of us have children, correct? The framers of the Constitution called that posterity. So what we do here matters to the posterity too. Think about it. Think about the kids, children, the future. What a good place for them, right? Finally, whether he chooses to or not, every man is drawn into the great historical struggle, the decisive battle into which our epic has plunged us. So, whether you want to or not, you're in the fight. You seem like a bunch of happy people in the fight, though. So can we do the 3 things? Can we defend our institution, pat ourselves on the back when we do something right, and acknowledge it, stop bitching about what we don't have, dwell on what we do have, and finally, think different, like Steve Jobs taught us. Think different. One final thing, and I know I'm over time, but you're just going to have to sue me. Many people have been at this, you think, for a long time, 3 years, 5 years. Who's been in the Liberty Battle more than 10 years? Show me a decade. Right? 20? Do I have a 20? Do I have an 20? 30? 30? 30? 30? Got a phone? I want to tell you a final story and then turn it over to Tom Boyce. On August 18, 1971, you people will appreciate this, listen up. August 18, 1971, what happened? Richard Nixon took this off the gold standard. Finally, just severed all ties to the gold standard. A 38-year-old man named Louis Lehrman, close to the Nixon administration, did not like this. You know what Mr. Lehrman did? The next day, when he found out, after Nixon addressed the nation, Mr. Louis Lehrman, 38 years old, said, I commit myself and my life to getting the gold standard back. 18 August 1971, getting the gold standard back. If you watched Freedom Watch last night, you saw that 78-year-old man, Louis Lehrman, for 40 solid years, that man never tired, never wavered, and stuck with the battle for the gold standard. You know what he told me when we saw him when we were together? He said, Mike, good to see you. Keep smiling. We gotta get a victory, Mike. We gotta get a victory. We're gonna win this war. We're gonna win this war. That man can go 40 years. And you? Yeah? I think you go 50. Thank you about those things, my friends. Thank you. You're all here for the best of reasons and purposes. God bless you, whether you like it or not. And I hope to see you all again real soon. Thank you.